All right, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. This is about as honest a statement as I've ever heard from President Trump or anyone else about the corporate political activists in the media, mainstream media.
Media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves.
That's about as honest and frank about the media as you can get. You can't find relevant, worthwhile news on any mainstream media, even Fox News. You can hardly find it on some of the private channels. Infowars, you can hardly find it. You have to go to private channels to get any stuff out. You can get something on YouTube and you get some on these other private groups. But golly, it is difficult, even on the internet, to get some worthwhile news. Trump is finally doing what JFK wanted. He's calling out the corrupt mainstream media. He's not only that, but he's going after the elite groups and the cabal and these people that have upheld and control and the Federal Reserve. Trump is going after the Federal Reserve. It's amazing he's not dead. Oh golly, it's just amazing. I honestly can't say anything more about the man. He has such nerve and drive and such energy and such intelligence. Some people don't like the quirky way he answers some things, but he's right on in his intuition and his instincts. And it's a good thing Flynn put a security group around him and high and military intelligence. Make no mistake of it, there are a lot of civilians, a lot of government officials, and a lot of military intelligence that are working with Trump to bring this all to a head. He's almost doing what would be classified as a total impossible task. It's miraculous in a lot of ways. Let's move on here. This is another accurate statement. Freedom from the enslavement they have had you in your entire life, telling you what to think. And this not is a corporate media, but it's also educational, and it's also in the government itself in some selected areas. There's a cool shot from an Eagle camera on that. Global cabal is finally being destroyed, and we are alive to witness it. I believe that is partly true, and the Federal Reserve is part of that. Now actually, there is this Q project and QAnon. There is a true military intelligence with this group, and there's also false stuff. But we're getting information out here that we haven't gotten anywhere else, which means some of these black op groups with the intelligence they're actually coming out with some of this stuff. We're getting seeing a split of sides. Are you either for Trump and his team and the military intelligence to clean up this government, or are you against it? There's a great divide going on here, and this Q program is part of it.
Across the United States and on T-shirts at Trump rallies, and it has also become an internet sensation among many conservatives. Q represents a mysterious individual or group of individuals who in October 2017 started posting online updates about secret actions allegedly taken by the Trump administration, all to purge corruption from the world. Most of the mainstream news outlets have written Q off as
as fake. Yeah, I know. But the insiders, all the insiders I can find that know anything, say this Q group or person is real. Now, there was a problem with this 4chan. It's a pedophile group, and it's bad news. And I don't know why it would be brought out there as a poor choice, but there could be a part of the reason that no one's talking about, because the pedophiles in the 4chan group, it could be a warning to them that we're coming after you and we're going to get you. So that's interesting, but it's unfortunate that they used it that way. But remember, we're into an espionage mindset here. Whoever's doing this is into intelligence or espionage to the hilt.
Its credibility with Q's following. The Q posts began on the 4chan message board, known for its absence of censorship in ways both good and bad, but later moved to a similar board on the 8chan for alleged security concerns. If the Q posts are real.
Now, the 8chan, I haven't looked at that, but better security. But there's also been other messages out in both these 4chan and 8chan groups. Beyond Q.
They may indicate that the Trump administration has established an alternate channel to speak to supporters. This would bypass news outlets and social media altogether.
Now, that's an important part that a lot of people aren't bringing up. This 4chan and 8chan group and the updates on the cell phones are important. And they are trying to get around the mainstream media because of their censorship.
For something more direct.
Let's go on here. This is another important point. Donald Trump's support among blacks has doubled since 2016 amid racist claims. It is not because of racist claims that the media is putting out. Again, this is false information. It's because he's starting to put money into the inner cities and other places, and the blacks know that his economy and other things are affecting their lives and what they can and can't do. And the Democrats are hating it because they're losing control of their racial divide. This is what is most important, is that they're losing control in the racial divide. And we're seeing this on many different spectrums, but we're seeing it really in political lines. And it's important to realize that they're using the race against us, and we shouldn't be falling for it. Anything the media pushes, you should question, because they've got another agenda besides ours. You can bank on it. This is going on worldwide. We're not talking about the stuff that's going on in Britain, Europe, Germany, Hungary, Poland, Russia, the stuff that's going on in the Middle East. We've pulled troops out. We're not talking about stuff in Central and South America where these rallies are occurring also. We're not talking about the stuff in Taiwan and France with the yellow vest jackets. People want their sovereignty back, and they want their authority back, and they want the government controlled, and they want to be part and active voice of what's going on in the legislatures, governments, and their national countries. This is a worldwide awakening and movement, and almost no one is talking about how it's rallying people around nationalism and accountability and government control by the people and the citizens of the countries they're in. We haven't heard much from China because they've censored everything, but I'm not so sure that China isn't going to have its day of reckoning also. This choice to know and control and be active in what is really going on is paramount. And the levels of conspiracy and cover-up and corruption in the highest levels, we're fed up with it. And the citizenry has got to get as active as possible and stay focused and stay with an open media, internet, and private media that can actually tell us the truth of what's going on. And that's why these 4 and 8 channels are being used. And we are wakening up. Again, this is Roger Mark from Billings, Montana. Good day. take a look at really what's going on and get involved. Again, it's Roger Martin from Billings, Montana.